Amina and the Tiger of the Forest. Long ago, in the heart of a great green forest, there lived a girl named Amina. She was no ordinary girl, she had eyes that shone like stars and a heart as brave as a lion's. Amina lived alone in a small hut made of leaves and clay. Her parents had been taken by a sickness many seasons ago, but she was never truly alone. Because Amina had a protector. A great tiger named Tiger. Tiger had bright orange fur with deep black stripes. His eyes glowed like fireflies in the night. He was strong and wise, and he had watched over Amina since she was a baby. The people of nearby villages whispered about the girl in the forest with the magic tiger. But no one dared enter the woods, except for one. The trouble begins. One day, while Amina was collecting wild mangoes, she heard a strange sound, thwack, thwack, thwack. It was the sound of axes. She ran to the edge of the forest and saw men chopping down trees. They wore hard boots and had loud machines. Amina's heart sank. "They are hurting the forest," she whispered. That night, Tiger growled low. "These men do not belong. They will bring danger. We must stop them," Amina said. "The forest is our home." Tiger nodded. "But we must be clever. They will not fear claws. They will fear truth." The journey. Amina and Tiger set off to find the spirit of the forest, an ancient tree that stood taller than any mountain. It was said to hold the power to make hearts listen and see clearly. Their journey was not easy. They crossed the Whispering River, where giant snakes slept under the water. They climbed the Hill of Echoes, where wind spirits tried to lead travelers astray. They even faced the night owls, birds so wise, they could see into a person's soul. But Amina was brave, and Tiger was strong. Together, nothing could stop them. The spirit of the forest. When they finally reached the ancient tree, it spoke without words. Its leaves shimmered, and its trunk glowed green. "I feel your pain, child," the spirit said. "If you wish to protect the forest, you must carry my blessing." Amina stepped forward. "I'm ready." The tree dropped a single glowing seed into her hand. "Plant this where the cutting begins. My magic will do the rest." The magic grows. Amina returned with Tiger. They crept to where the men were setting up camp. While the tiger distracted them with roars from the shadows, Amina buried the seed in the ground. The earth trembled. Vines exploded from the soil. Trees grew faster than fire. The machines were swallowed by roots, and the men ran, screaming. In moments, the forest was whole again. The next day, the villagers came to see what had happened. They found Amina standing with Tiger, surrounded by blooming trees. She said, "This forest has a soul. It lives. It speaks. It protects." From then on, the villagers respected the woods. They called Amina daughter of the wild, and Tiger the spirit tiger. The next morning, Amina woke to a strange sound. Birds flew out of the trees, and the wind carried a bitter smell, smoke. Tiger, the great tiger, growled low in his throat. His ears twitched. "Amina," he said, "something is wrong." They ran to the edge of a high hill and looked down into the forest. A fire. It was far away, but the wind was strong. The fire was spreading fast, eating trees and plants, chasing animals from their homes. "We must help," Amina said. Tiger nodded. "But fire is dangerous. We must be wise." Amina grabbed her satchel and filled it with water gourds and healing leaves. Tiger led the way, his stripes flashing through the trees like lightning. They reached a clearing where animals were gathered in fear, monkeys, deer, even small wild dogs. All were panting, their eyes wide. A mother elephant cried out. Her baby was stuck on the other side of a burning log. "I'll help," Amina said. "No," Tiger warned. "It's too dangerous." But Amina had courage in her heart. She poured water on a cloth, tied it around her nose and mouth, and dashed through the smoke. Tiger followed close behind, his paws barely touching the ground. Amina leapt over fallen branches, dodged burning leaves, and reached the baby elephant. It was scared, but Amina whispered gently, "Don't be afraid. I will get you home." Tiger roared, loud and strong, as he pushed aside the burning log with his mighty paws. The flames hissed and cracked, but the log rolled away, leaving a clear path. The baby elephant ran to its mother, who trumpeted with joy. The other animals cheered in their own way, howls, chirps, and grunts of thanks. But the fire still burned. Amina climbed a tree and spotted a small river nearby. "If we dig a path," she said, "the water can stop the fire." So the animals worked together. The elephant stomped and dug, the monkeys carried mud, the wild dogs helped carry leaves to block the flames. Amina led them all, and Tiger stood guard, his golden eyes sharp. At last, the river water flowed into the burning area. The flames hissed and faded. Smoke rose into the sky, but the fire was gone. The forest was saved. That night, under a sky full of stars, the animals gathered around Amina and Tiger. "You are brave," an old monkey said. "And you, Tiger, are strong and wise. We are protectors of this forest," Amina said, placing her hand on Tiger's head. "We will always stand guard." From that day on, the forest creatures called her Amina the Brave, and Tiger was known as the Guardian Flame. But their adventures were not over. Far away, deep in the mountains, someone had heard of the girl with the tiger guardian, and he was not a friend. Days passed, and Amina's bond with Tiger grew stronger. She learned to speak with the animals, to read the stars, and to move silently through the forest. Tiger watched over her like a shadow, always near, always alert. One evening, the birds grew quiet. The trees seemed to shiver, though there was no wind. Amina and Tiger were drinking from a small stream when a strange sound echoed through the trees, a low, humming whisper. Amina looked up. "Did you hear that?" she asked. Tiger nodded slowly. "That is the Whispering River. It only speaks when danger is near, or when it is trying to reveal a secret." They followed the sound, deeper into the forest than they had ever gone. Vines tangled around their feet. The trees grew so tall and thick that sunlight barely touched the ground. But Amina was not afraid. With Tiger beside her, she felt safe. Finally, they came to a river that shimmered with silver light. It sang softly, words hidden inside the water's song. Amina knelt beside it. "What are you trying to tell me?" she whispered. Suddenly, a glowing figure rose from the river, a spirit with eyes like moons and hair like falling water. Amina gasped, but did not run. The spirit spoke. "Child of the forest, a shadow rises in the west. It seeks the heart of the forest, the place where the soul of nature sleeps. If it wakes the darkness, the forest will die." Amina's heart pounded. "What can I do?" "You must find the 3 stones of balance," the spirit said. "They are hidden across the forest. Only they can keep the darkness asleep. But beware, not everyone wants the forest to stay alive." Then the spirit vanished, and the river fell silent once more. Tiger growled softly. "This is the task of a guardian." Amina looked at him with wide eyes. "Then let's find the stones." Tiger smiled in his tiger way. "Then our real adventure begins." Together, they stepped back into the forest, their path uncertain, but their hearts full of courage. "We must go, Amina," he said. "The spirit you met last night, the one with the owl's eyes, is from the circle of the Whispering Stones." Amina sat up. "What is the circle of the Whispering Stones?" Tiger's golden eyes glowed. "It is an ancient place deep in the heart of the forest, older than even the oldest trees. It holds great power, but it is protected by riddles, trials, and creatures who do not trust humans." Amina felt a shiver of excitement. Do we have to pass these trials? Yes, Tiger said. But you are not just any girl. You have the courage of your mother and the heart of the forest within you. And so they set out, deeper into the forest than Amina had ever gone. The trees grew taller, their roots like the arms of giants. Strange flowers glowed with blue light. Birds with rainbow feathers sang songs in unknown tongues. After many hours, they reached a clearing surrounded by massive stone pillars. The air buzzed with magic. Suddenly, the stones began to glow. A deep voice echoed around them. To pass, the girl must answer. What grows but does not move? Hears but does not speak. And remembers all but tells no one. Amina thought hard. Tiger watched silently. Then, she whispered, a tree. The stones paused gently with light, and a path opened between them. They entered and found themselves in a place unlike any other. The sky above them soared with stars, though it was still daytime. In the center of the glade stood a pool of water that shimmered like glass. A figure rose from the pool, half woman, half spirit. Her voice was soft but strong. You seek the truth of your past, Amina, she said. But first, you must understand your gift. The forest chose you. You are its voice. And one day, you will have to protect it from those who wish to destroy it. Amina stepped forward. I don't know if I'm ready. You are, the spirit said. Because you listen. Because you care. She raised her hand, and a small green gem floated to Amina's palm. This is the heart of the forest. Use it when the darkness comes. Then, the spirit vanished. The pool faded. The sky turned blue once more. Amina looked at Tiger. He nodded. We must return. The journey has only just begun. They turned back toward the forest, not knowing that a shadow had already begun creeping into their world. Amina and Tiger stepped into the dark part of the forest, where the light barely touched the ground. The trees here were tall and twisted, and the air felt heavy. This was the path of shadows, a place no one dared to go. Stay close, Tiger growled softly. Here, even the trees listen. They moved carefully, their eyes watching every shadow. Strange whispers floated through the air, voices without bodies, calling Amina's name. Suddenly, a thick fog rolled in, hiding everything. Amina reached for Tiger but felt only air. Tiger, she called, her voice trembling. No answer. She was alone. Then, a flicker of light appeared ahead. Amina followed it, heart pounding. The light led her to a clearing where a tall, ghostly woman stood. Her eyes glowed silver, and her dress flowed like water. I am Nia, guardian of truth, the spirit said. To pass this path, you must face your deepest fear. Before Amina could speak, the ground shook. From the shadows came a creature made of smoke and ash. It had her mother's voice but eyes filled with fire. You left me, it hissed. You let me die. Amina's heart broke. She had always blamed herself for her mother's death. I was only a child, she whispered, tears falling. But I carry your love with me every day. The creature paused. Then it vanished like smoke in the wind. Nia smiled. You have faced your shadow. Now go. Tiger waits. The fog lifted. Amina ran and found Tiger at the edge of the clearing. He nuzzled her gently. You were brave, he said. I was scared, she admitted. But you walked through the fear, Tiger said. That's true courage. Together, they continued their journey, deeper into the forest where more trials and truths awaited. Amina and Tiger followed the trail of the forest fire until they came to a strange place, a rocky hill that jutted out of the earth like a giant's knuckle. At the base of the hill was a dark opening, half covered with vines. It was the Whispering Cave. The wind howled around them, and from inside the cave came soft, strange voices, like hundreds of people whispering at once. Do you hear that? Amina asked, her voice trembling. Tiger nodded. This cave is very old. They say it speaks the truth, but only to those brave enough to listen. Amina stepped forward, heart pounding. Then I must go inside. As soon as she entered, the whispers grew louder. The cave walls shimmered with carvings of animals and stars, and the air was heavy with mystery. Amina walked carefully, the glow from Tiger's eyes lighting the way. Then, a deep voice echoed through the cave. Child of the forest, the balance has been broken. Amina looked around. Who are you? I am the spirit of the land, the voice said. A great darkness has entered the heart of the forest. If it is not stopped, everything will wither and die. Amina stood tall. Tell me what I must do. You must find the tree of beginnings, said the spirit. It lies beyond the river of bones. Only the pure of heart can awaken its power. Before she could ask more, the cave began to shake. Rocks stumbled, and dust filled the air. Run! Tiger roared. They dashed out just in time as the entrance caved in behind them. Outside, Amina looked at the dark sky. We have a new mission, Tiger. The tiger growled softly, then we must move quickly. The forest depends on you now. And so, their adventure continued toward the river of bones, and a tree that could save them all. Amina and Tiger walked for days, deeper into the wild than they had ever gone before. The forest grew quieter, the trees taller and older. Even the birds stopped singing. Then, one evening, they heard the sound of rushing water, and something else. Clink. Clatter. Crack. They stepped through a curtain of thick vines and found themselves on the edge of a wide, pale river. But this was no ordinary river. Its banks were made of bones, animal bones, human bones, old and dry as dust. And floating in the river were skulls. Amina gasped. Is this the river of bones? Tiger nodded, his muscles tense. Yes. And we must be very careful. The spirits here do not sleep. Just then, the bones along the shore rattled. A ghostly figure rose from the water, long and thin, with glowing eyes and a voice like dry leaves. Why have you come here, living child? Amina stood tall, clutching her pouch. I seek the tree of beginnings. I want to save the forest. The spirit drifted closer. Many have come with selfish hearts. They were lost to the river. But you, your heart burns with truth. Still, you must prove your spirit is strong. With that, the river shifted and parted, revealing a narrow bridge made of ribs and spines. It swayed above the dark water. Tiger growled. I don't like this. Amina took a deep breath. We don't have a choice. Step by step, she walked across the bone bridge. The wind howled, and shadows rose from the river, whispering her name. But Amina didn't look down. She held her head high and kept walking. When they reached the other side, the spirit bowed. You have passed. Go now, child of the forest. The tree awaits. As the first light of dawn touched the treetops, Amina and Tiger stepped into a new land, green, golden, and glowing with magic. The tree of beginnings was near. As Amina and Tiger stepped into the glowing valley, the air shimmered with power. Flowers sparkled with dew that glowed like tiny stars. Trees whispered in languages older than time. And in the very center of it all stood the tree of beginnings. It was enormous, its trunk wider than a house, its roots stretching deep into the earth like sleeping serpents. The leaves were golden, and they hummed softly, like a lullaby from the earth itself. Tiger bowed low. We are in the heart of the forest. The oldest magic lives here. Amina took slow steps toward the tree. As she got closer, a soft voice filled the air. It came from the tree itself. Why have you come, child? The tree asked, its voice deep and warm. Amina placed her hand on the bark. My forest is dying. The balance has been broken. I want to fix it. The tree was silent for a moment. Then it spoke again. You are brave. But healing the forest comes at a cost. Are you willing to give something precious? Amina looked at Tiger. Her tiger guardian had protected her all her life. She couldn't imagine being without him. But then she thought of Abina. Of the children. Of the animals and rivers and trees that were fading every day. She turned back to the tree. Yes, she whispered. If it means saving the forest, I give whatever I must. Golden light wrapped around her hand. The tree's leaves rustled with joy. Then you are ready. Amina felt warmth spread through her body. The tree gave her a seed, small, glowing, and pulsing with life. Plant this in the heart of your village, the tree said. It will restore what has been lost. But remember, true power must be guided by love and wisdom. Amina clutched the seed tightly. She had the power to heal the land. But her journey was not over yet. With the glowing seed safely tucked into her satchel, Amina and Tiger began their journey back to the village. The forest seemed to part for them now, the trees swayed gently, the wind whispered songs of hope, and animals watched them pass with wide, grateful eyes. But peace did not last long. As they reached the edge of the glowing valley, a shadow passed over the sun. A loud screech echoed across the trees. Tiger growled and stood in front of Amina, teeth bared. From the sky descended a huge dark bird, its wings as wide as 5 men, its eyes burning red with anger. It's the wing of drought, Tiger hissed. It was sent to stop the healing. The bird dived at them with sharp talons. Amina ducked, but Tiger leaped high into the air, slashing at the creature. The bird screamed and flew higher, circling them. Amina pulled out the seed. It glowed fiercely in her hands. Suddenly, she knew what to do. Tiger, she shouted. Distract it. I'll summon the tree's power. Tiger charged at the bird again, roaring with all his might. As he fought, Amina knelt and placed the seed in the ground. She whispered the words the tree had shown her in her heart. The earth rumbled. A burst of green light exploded from the soil, shooting into the sky. The bird shrieked as the light hit it. It flapped once, twice, and vanished into a puff of black feathers. All around them, the land began to change. Grass grew where there had only been dust. Leaves unfurled. Rivers bubbled back to life. Tiger limped to Amina's side, his face singed but his eyes full of pride. You did it, he said. No, Amina said with a soft smile. We did it. Together, they returned to the village. Children laughed as they saw green shoots pushing through the ground. Elders wept with joy. Abina ran to her sister, hugging her tightly. And in the center of the village, where Amina planted the seed, a new tree began to grow.